This is Colin Mockery, and you're listening to Dispatch Radio.
All right, folks, we have a great guest on with us now, Jonathan Mangum. We're going to talk about some of his work. You may know somebody from a comedy. That's where I knew him from, and it's great to hear about some of his new projects, some of the things that are coming down the pike. Jonathan, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you over there on the Florida side of the world?
Hey, staying warm, trying to stay dry. It's got to be good. You hopefully doing the same.
Yeah.
All right, well, we know you're busy, so catch everybody up a little bit on what you got going on and what they can expect from these new versions of these shows.
Well, Let's Make a Deal is the show I'm on with Wayne Brady, and we're entering our 7th season, which is crazy. And even crazier is we just did our 1,001st episode of the show, which is, normally people celebrate their 1,000th episode, and we're like, no, we're going to be different. We're going to celebrate our 1,001st episode. So we have a pretty funny show on May 4th. I think people should tune in to see. There's a lot of great stuff happening.
That's fantastic. And folks, you may know Let's Make a Deal from the different incarnations over the years. I know I even got a chance to participate in one back in my college days. Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. I had a friend of mine. Well, my friend did. My friend and I, we were picked, and he chose the right kind of box, and it was a nice little thing, a nice little fun little gimmick to kind of hang your hat on and have in legacy. And what do you think is such a, I don't know, the appeal of a show like this, and why it's kind of lingered in the heart of America for so long?
I think it's just it's an exciting thing to do you keep something that you know is good and risk for more, or do you let it go? And what really makes it exciting is when you know the story of the person that's playing the game. It's always neat when someone's like, oh, my car just got towed, I need a car. And you're like, well, you have $1,000, or are you going to risk it to maybe get that car? So everyone has a story when they show up to the game, and so it's when you hear that story, it just makes it so much more exciting when the game's actually played.
Now, obviously, with your comedy background, do you get to tap into kind of like some knowledge to know, hey, listen, the real gimmick is behind too, to kind of really kind of help motivate that? I don't know. Let's say try to work the crowd a little bit, try to work the individual a little bit. I mean, how do you kind of weave your own personality into that, and what do you know to kind of help guide you on some of that?
Well, sometimes we do know what's behind the curtain because, sometimes we have to improvise a rap or a song about what we think is back there. But a lot of the times we don't even know what's back there. And it's kind of a surprise when the curtain opens for us. So, we obviously can't indicate either way because then we would be fired. Hey, I strongly suggest you...
So much for episode 1002. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We usually don't know. It's a surprise to us many times. So we just try to make sure the person's having a good time. And Wayne is a master of building suspense and inching up the money just enough to keep them like on the edge of like, oh, what should I do? So he's really a master at that.
Well, let's talk about Wayne a lot because I've talked to some of the Whose Line Is It Anyway folks and that kind of thing, and
sure.
You mentioned what he's like and that kind of thing. How does Wayne first? How does he even stay this energetic? I mean, dude is he's like this all the time. Am I wrong?
2 words: Red Bull. He walks around with these little aluminum cans of red and blue Red Bull, and he's constantly downing them. But he's also full. He's always had crazy energy. He hardly ever sleeps. We're flying across the country doing shows, and he'll land and then go do some other show. It's just he's a ball of energy. He's not slowed down.
Jonathan, what are you still looking to do? Obviously, with your comedic background, you doing stage work, are you still going to look to try to do some more writing, getting out back on the tours, doing other type of shows? What else is in the work for you?
Yeah, Whose Line is coming back on, and I did some of those, and they'll probably be out around September, October. I treat the business like I treat improv, and the first rule of improv is yes. So I don't say no to stuff. People are like, hey, do you want to be on a game show? Yes. Do you want to do an episode of Drew Carey? Yes. I just don't say no. I just always say yes, and then I stay employed. So
sounds like a dangerous proposition, though.
It is. No one has asked me to do softcore pornography, so I haven't had to say yes to that yet.
Well, that's a relief.
Yeah, believe me, it is.
So are you still looking to do another tour? I mean, obviously you mentioned Who's Line. You got some other stuff coming. Are we going to get a chance to see you live in a show anytime soon? Maybe 2016. You got some other stuff like that possibly in the works?
There's always potential. Right now, you can catch me and Wayne do our two-person improv show, which is awesome. We're going to be on May 1st in Morristown, New Jersey, and then we're going to be in Atlantic City on the 22nd of April. So come and check those shows out if you're in those areas. And then, of course, on May 4th, we have our 1,001st episode of Let's Make a Deal. We have bigger prizes and some really fun stuff for the audience, actually, too. So.
Well, we're going to link to that, folks. Make sure if you're in the air, you're listening to us on the net, you can catch some tickets there, catch Jonathan Wayne on stage live, and, of course, we'll link to some more of the Let's Make a Deal information. You can catch the anniversary show and that kind of thing. So, Jonathan, as you look back, and obviously you've been able to kind of, build this resume, some different fun things, and a lot of really cool things and experiences. What kind of drives you? You still just doing it for the fun of it? You wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my gosh, I actually get paid to do this? I mean, what runs through your head? How's the gambit of your emotions and all this?
My emotions go straight to, how am I going to pay for this house next month? It's all survival. I'm fearful of not keeping the stuff I have. It's all about keeping my stuff.
Yeah.
That motivates me to be funny.
Is there still another project, another big sort of low or high hanging fruit that's still out there on the to-do list, the Jonathan bucket list?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to create a sitcom, and I've actually written and produced a couple pilots with some great writers from The Office and for some other people, and I feel like that day might happen soon. So. Fingers crossed.
That's fantastic.
Also, if you have kids, by the way, if anyone has kids out there, there's a movie coming out called Monkey Up that I'm starring in about a talking monkey, of all things.
A talking monkey.
So, a talking monkey. So that'll be in theaters probably in November, and then Netflix shortly thereafter. Same people that did Snow Dogs and Santa Buddies and all those talking animal movies.
What did you like about doing the film? How was that experience different for you? How did you like that?
I have never, I've worked with animals occasionally, but this monkey, it's the same monkey, by the way, from The Hangover and from Night at the Museum. This was the most trained monkey. I couldn't believe how trained it was. Like, the trainer would go, he'd talk to the monkey in English. He'd go, stand here, and then you're going to come over here, and then jump up on his head, and then hit him 3 times. I'm like, no way! And it'd say action, and the monkey would do exactly. And I'm like, I couldn't believe how this monkey was trained so well.
We couldn't get our kids to do that.
Yeah, exactly. I can't get my kids to do their homework. Jeez.
Well, it's been a great chance to talk to you, Jonathan Mangum, and we're on stage with Wayne Brady, heading into the 1001st Let's Make a Deal show, folks. We'll link to some of this information. Make sure you catch that. Maybe catch you on one of these live shows, live events, and if nothing else, you can definitely tune in Monkey Up coming in November. And Jonathan, we can't thank you enough for fitting us into your schedule, my friend.
Thank you so much.